Hello, hello, my lovely leaguers. Wow, that was pretty fast. Okay, talisman, potion, totem. And we're gonna be going Nunu in the jungle. And why, we're gonna talk about, like, why jungle this, why jungle that, you know? I mean, why choose one champion over another? And the way that I look at it, the top lane, he's going to be weak later on. His his strongest is going to be early to mid. Then he's going to fall off. So the way that I see it is, unless he just dominates his lane like crazy, he's going to be a liability later on. Now, as far as the Xayah, she's going to be important because she's late game. And Malzahar has a, I believe, a strong mid game. I'm not so sure about a late game, though, but he's going to be useful. Shen is going to be strong late game as well. Now, on the other side, Lucian is strong, I believe, throughout the entirety of the game. Braum's going to be an important factor in stunning people up with his CC, so he's definitely late game. Darius, he's not exactly late game, but he's got a really strong mid lane. Really strong mid lane. Or mid game. What am I talking about? So Darius could be over here. Not. I didn't just want to walk into a Darius helping out the situation. We're gonna pull this up. Kind of pay attention to our ward that we placed down there. Ah, can't. So we're going to indicate that Kha'zix is topside. Just for good measure, we're going to throw this over. Okay, we should be able to reach it. Okay, but we can't reach it. Alright, so hopefully Kha'zix will have not stolen my red. Okay, that's great. I would be definitely looking to punish or punish me, or try to, yeah, what am I talking about? The Kha'zix could be going for my blue. Oh, no Kha'zix. The dream! The dream! Alright, so we're getting pretty close to our objective. Is to get enough for Center Hulk. Now we could get Center Hulk and some boots, and I think that's what we're gonna do. Alright, gonna head back. Cinder Hulk should be 900 and Boots should be 300, so that's a total of 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we don't have enough! Ah. So it looks like, let's see, Kha'zix is topside. We're gonna see what we can do down here. Gonna take old Scuttles first. Gonna throw a ward over. And we're gonna pull out use our pots. Use our pots some more. Okay. Okay, so Darius has achieved first blood. We're gonna try to see if we can do this. Come on, buddy. Oh, can I not do this? Oh, okay, get out. Alright, that's enough of that. Okay, so, we're gonna grab Boots. And then we're gonna grab this. Head out. We tried to do, red, but we couldn't. It's a little sad, but... well, he could barely do red. So we won't be helping top. And the reason why is he should be winning the early game. Quirky. We're gonna signal for Quirky. Yeah, there's Quirky. It's really a common tactic for Quirky to do something like that. We're gonna throw a ward over for him. He's a funny guy. Way to go. Way to go, Alzahar. Shen. Okay. Not sure why my keyboard isn't working today. Alright, I'm just gonna scan for whatever reason. I guess I had it queued up. Okay. Yeah, my enter key doesn't want to work today. Right. We're gonna look. Eat that up. Okay. What is this Braum doing? Why would he path like that? He saw me. Why would he keep going like that? Okay, this game is an interesting one. All right, so we got 1 minute on Dragon. We're going to want to be right there to go for that Dragon. We're gonna grab our Raptors and we're gonna head directly to Dragon. Yes. All right, I would love to say good job to my guys, but they are a little bit busy. We're gonna throw some wards over. They can kind of do what they want. Yeah, catch somebody. No, I'm not gonna catch anybody. All right, so 20 seconds, and we'll get Mr. Dragon here. Maybe I can coax bot lane to get over here and help. Okay, Corky's not gonna. Is that double wind? Whatever. All right, so 540. And we're out. We shall reward ourselves. I would say thank you to my bot lane, but I can't. Alright, I'm gonna use smite because I could. But yeah, this is a game where you wanna be in. Bot lane is doing a great job. Top lane is still having some difficulty. However, he is doing fine as far as keeping toe to toe. Keeping up CS, I guess. Let's see, CS is 71 to 106. So not horrible. So we're not looking to gauge this guy. Just keep everybody safe. Keeping everybody safe now. Shen, I don't know about that, buddy. I think he's got that just fine. Pull this over here. My goodness, they're trying so hard. Malzahar is not like a champion that, goes down easy, man. Malzahar is tough. So there's really nothing to... Oh, here we go. Ouch! Alright. Don't mind if I, just check on out of there, buddy. Scuttles, that's mine! Okay. Their Braum is like... so weird. Okay. I'll go back now. Now that I've wasted Lucian's ult there. Alright, so we're gonna get Gargoyle's Stoneplate, because that is such an awesome item. And we'll get that for good measure. Actually, let's go back, get a control ward. Upgrade that. Okay. So we've got 1 minute left on the dragon. We're gonna be we're gonna be positioning ourselves so we can eat that dragon. Yum, yum, yum. Eat that dragon. I had a sneaking suspicion. Okay. We're gonna use this guy. Right. I think this is our third dragon. Yum, 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 yum. Now there is a ward right here, so I'm going to throw a ward over. And throw a ward there for good measure. Okay. Went a little too... Alright. Went a little too crazy in there. Alright, gonna get gargoyles. Going to get some of that magic, some of that magic. Now, Now Baron is up. So we could pressure Baron here. Oh ho! Hello there. Okay. We'll check out of that. Adios! Woo! Right. What are you doing, Kha'zix? Of course I'm gonna snag that. Right, nice work. Okay, we're gonna take out the how you take that out when people put it right behind it? You gotta move your camera. Okay. They want to fight? Alright, so I want some of this blue buff action. Oh, I think I'll take this too. I'm hurrying, guys. Yum. Okay, we're gonna head back. He's a dead man. Okay. We're gonna get this lovely item, and what's next? Who's doing damage? I think Lucian was doing a lot of damage to me. So we're gonna get, what should we get here? I think this is a pretty good item. Frozen Heart, maybe? Get this item. Then we'll sell that. Get that. And head on out. Don't mind me, eh? Oh, really? Oh, yeah, there you go. That Braum, man. Oh, again with the positioning of this. Oh, Shenny Shen. Careful, Shenny Shen. Oh, there's the... How many of these things do they have? Okay. Alright. I'm gonna get to it. Alright, so we're looking at 760 damage here. Alright, easy peasy. Alright, if we can almost finish this up, so we're gonna... Well, we'll sell that. That silly thing. We'll sell it. We've got a dragon in 3 minutes, so we can ward up this area and get dominion over it. We might wait here for a second. Lucian. Okay. I'll take a flash. Okay. So I would tell Malzahar that he went in a bit deep there, but I think he understands. All right. I'm gonna put a ward right here. Gonna grab scuttles. Gonna get out. Just doing some board clearing here. It's gonna indicate to them that I'm not with them. It's so much more effective to split push with when you have Baron. Okay, so 18 minutes coming up on the dragon. I'm just gonna lead these guys. Away with you. Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna go do dragon, probably by myself. But yeah, in as far as we're concerned, like, we didn't need to be up like that. Oh, they warded me. I would tell them that they should have backed because they were correct. But we're fine because okay, we're just gonna wait right here. We'll just speed off. I don't think they understand how Nunu works. Wow, they could have gotten an inhibitor there. Sorry, Buster. Right, we're gonna prime up the Baron. They don't have to fight so hard. Yep, 30 seconds. Okay, we're gonna speed some people up. Alright, come on, Baron. You should take this down really fast. Alright, we're looking at 900. Alright. Alright, that's pretty much what you'd expect there. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, they just could have backed off there. Alright, so we're gonna have to wait for the, wait for the, Elder Drake, because our guys just don't understand how to play the game. Alright, so we're gonna back. And what's the item that we're gonna get here? Frozen Heart, I think that would be kinda good. I think that would be really good. But let's go with Randuin's Omen. Actually, let's go Frozen Heart. Yep, let's go Frozen Heart. I think that'll be pretty good. And then we're gonna go for Randuin's Omen. So let's see. No, this is building into Randuin's Omen. No, this builds into Randuin's. We're gonna get that. But yeah, I pinged to get out. They didn't respect the quirky. Malzahar likes to initiate. Got 10 seconds on the dragon here. He needs to get out. Alright, I don't like this, honestly. Alright, so we're looking at 950. Alright, that's game. Oh, the Quadra. Yeah, I didn't know about the game. I didn't know about that because it was like you didn't know where things were gonna go exactly. But that's game. Because I had to pay attention to... I had to pay attention to the dang dragon, man. Right, there we go. So could we have ended that a little sooner? I don't know if we could have ended it sooner, but I think, well, it was a chance, but we couldn't, I don't think we could have ended it sooner if they just backed out of that fight, but they could have given the enemy team a little less of a chance to come back. So let's, Malzahar, he was not great at chat calling. Stay cool. Yeah, we'll give him stay cool. So yeah, one of the things that Malzahar started was attacking the Darius. Problems with attacking the Darius is he's gonna survive most likely, and he did, and he flashed out. But that caused our team to have this mentality of, oh, someone's so low that we gotta go in. It's sort of like if you're a bull and you see like someone waving a red flag or something red at you, you got no choice but to charge, you know? But there's other options. So 1, 0, and 14, not one death. Everyone on your team honored a teammate. You got a little extra. Okay, nobody honored me though. Where's my honor? I got all the dragons. I got the barons. What? Oh, the unsung efforts of your jungler. Okay. So, a couple of things. Why I picked Nunu this fight. Kha'zix is a champion that wants to duo people, and he's going to be looking for picks in the in lanes. That's what he's going to be looking for, and I have to look at that and say, well, is there a champion that can kind of go 1v1 him? And that is, any way you look at it, it's risky. Even if I know a champ like Lee Sin or Vi or something like that really well, when it comes to Kha'Zix and his isolation damage, you just have a disadvantage unless you're like just crazy good at surprising people and getting out with a Lee Sin or something like that. You have to macro a certain way to avoid Kha'Zix damage because he will have extra damage with his isolation. And Kha'Zix, look at that, he has Ignite. What? Why would Kha'Zix get Ignite? It's so much more useful, like... Anyway, so try to fight the Kha'Zix early on and you're gonna face an Ignite. So, as far as champion select goes, I'm like, well, how about I just go Nunu? Where Nunu doesn't look for fights, he sets up fights, and he looks to help laners, and he stalls, and all these other things, and he takes abilities away. Like I took Lucian's ability away when he used his ultimate on me. He's not gonna kill me, he's just kind of like hoping something good will come of it. But they need coordination. He needed coordination with somebody else to try to kill me. But what makes champions like Nunu difficult is the cooperative part of it. But there's a lot of ways you can help your team stay cooperative, because there were several times when I was telling people to get out of mid lane and to get out of, you know, Corky has his package. So many times I was just like, get out. I can't type on my keyboard, apparently. Let's see if I can type on it now. Oh, I can't. I don't know why my return key wasn't working. I'm gonna have to restart my computer. But yeah, so I chose a path because a couple of things. I knew Xayah was strong. He would be strong late game no matter what. Xerath topped out mid, and you saw the kind of damage he was lacking when Darius flashed away. He lacked damage to kill him. And that's what happens to Malzahar. Like, he falls off after mid-game. His spike is mid-game. He'll still do more damage, but the enemy will get AP, they'll get they will get defenses that will outscale the Malzahar. And Darius, like, he can't, like, he's pretty good when he's ahead, but I think Darius's strong point is early to mid. And then he can still he goes tanky, which makes him still workable in the end. But he can't I mean he can chop some squishies, but he's kind of like a bruiser at that point, where he's not guaranteed a secure kill, but he has to work with his teammates to get a kill, because well, in any case, he can still 1v1 people, but as the game gets later on, you definitely don't want to do that because you never know how many other people are waiting around for you. Lucian is strong throughout the game, but of course if he doesn't have items, or if he doesn't have dragons or barons, he might fall a little behind. But he doesn't spike the same way Xayah does in the late game. Corki, I think, is the same situation. He's got a strong mid game. He's got an okay early game. But his mid game is where he spikes, I feel, because that's when you get your Trinity Force items. And your ultimate is not that big a deal. It has a lot of range, but the damage is it's not going to one-shot you if you're half health. You just back away when Corki is firing his long-range things. He just can't do a whole lot of damage, and he just can't do a whole lot of damage this meta because of the certain champions that champions that utilize crit more, I think, were put to the forefront. And Xayah is a late game champion where she has a weak early game, a little better mid game, but it's still hard on her to try to get kills. I feel like against a lot of matchups. But late game, she's just firing. She does so much damage. And a late game champion that they have, the only late game champion that they have is Braum. And Braum's late gameness is his tankiness in addition to his ultimate. His ultimate is just crazy good. It CCs people, it knocks people up. It just makes, in his passive, it just is a clean sweep. The enemy's there, you do your ultimate, you start doing applying your passive, and what can the enemy do? They're just like, help me, I'm stuck in the ice, and I'm getting hit by the Braum I'm hit by the Braum passive. Oh, I'm dead. Oh. That's I feel as though Braum is late game. So on our team, Shen is definitely late game. He is quite the beast late game. And Xayah's late game. Malzahar is strong mid game. And the Kennen, in this case, like Kennen, I feel had a strong early game into the possible strong an okay mid lane, but then later on she would fall off. He would fall off because of I feel like the tankiness of people, but he didn't even go Blade of the Rune King. That seems kind of strange. Like, Darius has health on him and Braum, so you got two people where Blade of the Rune King would actually work. But once it's late game and Darius and Braum and these people have just AP defense or AD, they're just going to affect Kennen's ability to do anything. And and I think for their team it's so easy to disrupt Kennen's his ultimate ability. I think it's real easy to do that. And it kind of shows here, like, he was participating in the fights, it didn't seem like I was participating in a lot of fights, but I'm participated more than uh that Kenan did. But I just knew which fights to try for and the ones to not. And that comes with experience, and it's like, well, you got to ask yourself this one question: what is the easiest thing we can get done? If we can reward ourselves, if you just killed the team, you can't get a tower, don't force a tower. Always keep in mind when the enemy is coming back. Otherwise, they can get the jump on you. A lot of people have, like, at this elo they have people that know the lane and know when to get back and whatnot. But it takes at least one person to have, like, the way that I coordinated our team. They were actually trying to go bot side, but even before, like, what was it? When I was setting up Baron was like 40 seconds away, and everyone was like, "Oh, come on, let's go bot lane." And I'm like, "Nope, Baron's in 40 seconds." That's kind of important. But yeah, so our team really didn't know what objectives to get that were the safest. They wanted to prove their skills as superior League of Legends players. I mean, I'm sure they're good, but they have to realize that the team that we're fighting is just as good. And you shouldn't discount any time that you got lucky or someone was out of position. You have to give people respect, saying, "Hey, you're good at League. You're good at a lot of aspects of League, but there's the aspects that you are lacking. You gotta exploit, and fighting is usually not something that people have a problem with, because it's one of the things that you start to figure out early on. Like, oh, I have to fight to win? Okay." But anyway, so again, if you get a solo kill in one of the lanes early on, ask yourself, how can you safely reward yourself? And later on in the game, it's not good to try to go for solo kills either. You saw what happened to the Malzahar. Malzahar went for Darius. They didn't have quite enough damage, or whatever. If they killed him or not, it put the entire team on alert mode. We gotta go in. We gotta go in. But what did I do? I walked away, and I pinged. But their blood is boiling like Nunu's blood boil. It's like I put blood boil on all of them. But all I did was walk away. That's what you gotta do sometimes, and it's okay, because even if all our guys died, then the enemy team would have gotten nothing. They would have not gotten a Baron. They would have not gotten a Dragon, because Arch, your man, was taking care of objectives. Before any shenanigans breaks loose, Arch is gonna take care of those objectives. And this meta, you know, it's so pertinent. It's so important as a jungler to prioritize these things. Because, like, you gotta say to yourself, these people are at my elo, they can fight, and just throw yourself a bone. Give yourself the best chance. And sometimes it takes some time to figure it out, but when you play a game, think about the advantages and disadvantages of what happened in the game, and say, okay, I can make adjustments to this. Like, pre-game, I was making adjustments to my champion. Like, I picked Nunu based on the fact that I don't want to get into fights with Kha'zix. And if he does show in a lane, that I'm going to take advantage of that by either taking his camps or taking dragons. And that's as far as, and then warding. Warding is gonna save people's lives because if they know Kha'zix is coming, I can ping, because I'm not always paying attention to where I think Kha'zix is. And there you go. You can have map presence even when you're not in the area by using wards and pinging. And these are things that take some time. And I think it was actually good that my enter key and my inability to talk in the game, so I had to ping. There needs to be a way for me to disable my ability to talk in the game so I could just ping. I bet there might be something like that. But I did ping when Corky had his package, and those guys were like, "Oh no, 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 we're not getting out." And it's like, okay, Corky's got package. All right, so yeah, they could have just backed out of that and not given the enemy team further lead. I backed out of that. I made sure that I got objectives and whatnot, but focus on those objectives and ward. So key to getting an advantage. Anyway, okay, so at this elo, anyway. And remember so many times like Kha'zix was just like, oh, he's in my jungle, I'm not gonna chase him, or something like that. And your Kha'zix, you can actually contest certain things. And I was just stealing things that he could have contested, but getting vision, putting down wards, you can really set the pace of the game. And I made sure I got dragons, made sure I got vision, made sure I pulled back the dragon just in case some shenanigans. Always be prepared to walk away from an objective that if it's a little risky and things get compromised, like someone hits a scrying orb and they see you, it's like, okay, I'm out. Unless that dragon's got a sliver left. Alright, so Malzahar, like I said, is strong mid-game. He has an okay early game, but really can't do too much in terms of kill potential. Then he falls off mid. So with that, I decided, well, he's gonna have his hands full, and I don't think I helped Malzahar at all. I don't know. But essentially, he doesn't need any help. His strength is in the mid game, and his passive kind of enables him to prevent ganks, because he will avoid CC with his little shield. So he's good, not great in the early game because he has low kill potential. But when he's getting to his level 6, then he's at his strongest. So not bothering Malzahar in lane is a pretty good way to go, and focusing more on objectives and me getting farm is likewise a better way to go in terms of the strengths of your champions. Bot lane was those guys were late game. These guys, Lucian has a stronger early to mid game, but he'll eventually fall off. And then Braum is he's gonna help Lucian's passive by getting it on there, but and Braum is still useful, although his when he gets 6, he's awful powerful. To mid to late game, Braum is getting stronger, so he ramps up. So the way that I saw it was bot lane was really not going to get any action too long. They're going to do a lot of farming, some trading, and kind of go even for the most part. But when it comes to late game, they're going to really, our team is really going to ramp up. So as far as that stands, it's like I should have paid a little more attention to bot lane because it would have been in the lane that would have counted as far as mid game is concerned. I should have, but I think I had some faith. But again, I should have checked my bot lane a little more often to see how they were doing. If they were low on health, if they were getting ambushed, make sure that to ward them. That's one thing I didn't tell myself. Instead, I was a little too focused on counter jungling, getting dragons, and jungling myself. And I should have paid more attention. Even though our bot lane was doing good, I needed to pay more attention to them, because you never know Kha'zix is going to be hiding in a bush. And I should have warded. I should have assisted a little bit. But wards are a big thing. Like I should have made sure that I warded. But the dragons will help as the game progresses. But they again, if I had to watch a lane, as far as percentages goes, like the chance that we'll win versus losing, paying attention to bot lane, because it has a bit of a weakness. Because if Kennen wasn't doing too good, there's nothing I can do for that Kennen if he can't do okay in the early game. Kennen has a ranged ability that he can keep poking Darius, so he's got an early advantage with the ranged ability. He realized that he had that he was losing the early game, so he kind of chilled out and he kept farming, and he still had his lane, and that's great because he didn't decide, oh, I'm just going to try to kill the Darius over and over, and then Darius gets crazy ahead, and that can happen in a game. Like there's some games where people don't understand that you just don't go for kills because you are behind, and he didn't, and Darius didn't get ahead, and we ended the game pretty smoothly, except for a couple of times when they should have backed out. As far as itemization goes, this is an amazing item. Amazing item on a lot of champions that are meta. I think because of this item, these champions are meta now. But I could just stand around and take so many hits, and then I'll just start leaving. And you saw, like, when their whole team was coming after me and they decided to forget about mid, like Lucian was coming after me for like whatever reason, and I'm like, okay, I'll just see you later. And I popped my blood boil to speed up, and I had Dead Man's Plate to give me a speed up as well, with its passive giving me extra movement speed. So I literally saved that tower just by walking in back of Lucian, and the rest of them followed. What? And so yeah, if you have to, pop this guy, you press it, and you're gonna remove 60% of the enemy's damage for 4 seconds. That's a lot of time for people to blow their abilities and possibly you to flash to get out. And then finally, I thought Frozen Heart was a good choice because Lucian's gonna be pumping out the damage. All these guys have forms of attack, so the slower they attack, that seemed like the way to go right there. The next item I was building was Randuin's Omen, just in case they tried to go after me. But I thought to myself, well, at this point, they've discovered they can't kill me. I'm not really a priority target. I'm not getting kills. I only got 1 kill on the game, and that's pretty much how you should play Nunu. But I figured that they weren't going to target me, but they're going to target somebody else. They're really going to try to position themselves better. So Frozen Heart seemed like a better choice, because if they're not targeting me, then the Random's Omen's kind of going to waste. And the Malzahar, you got your Leander's Turret, you got your AP items, you got your cooldown, you got some slow ability, some survivability. Totally fine. The Xayah, her build is okay. Yeah, I don't know about the Death's Dance. I think this is I think she didn't need this item. Critical item, Static Shiv, or even if you want some survivability, because this is kind of like, if you're low, you're gonna gain all this stuff back with Lifesteal, I believe. Deals physical damage, heals for 15% of the damage die. Yeah, so she's gonna heal a lot, but you can get like Blood Razor or something like that. I don't think this was a necessary item on her, but whatever. I guess maybe the cooldown helped her, the attack damage certainly helped her, but I think she could have itemized better. The Shen, The Shen actually went for Face of the Mountain, and Shen didn't actually get well, maybe Shen doesn't go for an item like that, but a great item for a guy, a melee character that wants to stay close to champions and then keep the ADC away and protect the ADC. One of the Knight's Vow, I think, would be a good addition to Shen's wet repertoire here. But these items are perfectly fine, and he has a nice sight stone to give everybody sight, in addition to my sight stone, my sight stone enchantment, and then the Kennen. I feel like he should have went Blade of the Rune King Kennen, because you can do a lot more damage. I think they have 2 tanks that could really use it, and as far as his AP goes, he can do some burst, he can do some stuns. But afterwards, he's stuck throwing his shurikens, trying to do as much damage as he can. So he's going to be falling off. So itemization, as far as that goes, I would say get a Blade of the Rune King to deal with the big tanks. Other than that, I'm not too familiar with Kennen, so we'll leave that alone. He does a little burst damage, but he's not going to do a lot of damage with his magic. He's got a little escapability and a little like gap closer with his Hextech Protobelt, but this looks a little funky, but I don't want to say too much about it because, again, I'm not a Kennen player. All right, you got your Corki with your classic Trinity Forests, and you've got Rapid Fire Cannon. He was going for a critical hit build a little later on, and he's building critical hit. This is totally fine. You're still not gonna your strength is gonna be in your mid game, and then your items are gonna lead you into the late game. But he's not a late game champ. He's not going to explode on the scene. However, he was doing pretty good with his package, with his ultimate package. Doing pretty good with that. And our team did not recognize that. They should back off. Lucian, I think was doing pretty good. He could get out of situations. He put himself into some situations that made him blow his flash, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take your flash. But Malzahar's like, no. We need more than the flash, and then he died. But it's pretty standard illusion stuff. You've got some survivability with Black Cleaver. Also, it's going to do some armor penetration. You've got survivability with our Guardian Angel. Got Blade of the Rune King because of the way that he just keeps hitting people and keeps dancing around people. Phantom Dancer for mobility. So these items are perfectly fine. Darius, you just build tank. You have Black Cleaver for the bruiser style of gameplay. And this next item is going to be tank. This is an excellent item for Mercury Treads. It's going to prevent CC from several of our guys. CC from everybody. So we've got multiple sources of CC, and this Mercury Treads was awesome for it. The Kha'zix, let's see, he's kind of hybrid. He's got Mercurial Scimitar. I don't know about this item. Clearly he wants to get out of CC, but the way that Kha'zix is usually is, well, I mean, you can build him hybrid tank, but he kind of acts like an assassin, where you get in, you kill, and you get out. And sometimes you get a reset on your upgraded wings if you upgrade those wings, and you kind of kill over and over. That's kind of how that champion is. So to build tanky is a little tricky, because you won't do the kill potential damage that his champion is kind of good for. So this there's some problems with this build, because it's like, how to explain that? It's like he's got warrior enchantment. So, well, the thing is with Kha'zix is he's strong early game, and he has a good strong mid game, but he does fall off later on. Meaning, like, he's not gonna make he's not gonna be as useful, because he's got to get in and kill people, but you leave yourself vulnerable something like that, because people are grouped up as a team. So Kha'zix really had to push his advantage, and it's probably a good idea that he did get some defensive items, because that we were so far ahead that he had to play a little more defensively. I will condone that. Last Whisper, that is to do with I don't know if Last Whisper is the way to go, because if you're attacking Shen, you're probably dead anyway. And Mercurial Scimitar, we have multiple ways of CCing, so it's almost like he's preparing himself to get out of a situation. So for Kha'zix to try to initiate in us would be difficult. What he would have to do, like, let's say it's that fight with Darius where he got caught by the Malzahar, he flashed away. Like, it's our two teams still have to find a way to initiate. Is Braum gonna step in, take some extra damage, and then throw out his ultimate? Is Corki gonna charge in with his you know, who's gonna initiate at that point, because Darius is already low. If Kha'zix wants, he can disappear and then show up and do some damage to somebody, and that won't kill anybody, but it will cause some confusion and possibly allow for someone to initiate. They have a tough this team has a tough time to initiate. Now Braum can be initiate, but he has to be positioned correctly. Braum was not positioned in a way that he could use his abilities very easily. And not only that, Braum has Ignite. It's so much more useful later in game, and most of the game, to have an exhaust rather than Ignite. All right, and as far as items go, he has stuff to get people out of CC, stuff to deal with magic damage. This item, I don't think you should have this item. Kennen doesn't do a lot of damage as far as AoE, and Malzahar is falling off. So by the time he got this item, it's not necessary anymore. And because the bulk of the damage is going to be coming from Xayah. So he needed Randuin's Omen. He needed items that are going to reduce Xayah's attacks and benefit his abilities. So Braum is a bit of a bad call with that, with the itemization there, because he needs to be concerned with Xayah, and he doesn't have anything to. He's got no AD. I mean, no. What am I talking about? He's got no. He's got no defense versus AD. None. Not even boots. He's got health. That'll keep you alive for a little while. He's got some redemption, but gotta stay alive long enough to use it. Alright guys, so we will finalize this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoy the little analyzation of the items and whatnot. Because I do it, it takes more time. It's not as exciting as game footage, but I always ask myself these questions, like why are these items picking? Why are people picking these items? Why do some people pick like items in mistake? And it reminds me of looking at items in game, but I still don't look at items in game. I still need to do that, because people could still make mistakes that cost the game, and it's all because of the items, not so much as when it gets down to, I think, silver elo does that happen. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Hi-yo.